What does driving a Subaru say about you? Stay tuned.
Welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast, coming at you from the local 218 studios. I'm here with my brother.
I ate absolute.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good one.
Scott.
It's a good one.
What am I doing now?
I have no idea. I don't remember. We've got some really good ones, though. Hey, Councilman Gabe Johnson, how are you?
How are you?
I'm excellent. What do you know, sir?
Oh, I know it was one of your favorite holidays this past weekend.
Mother's Day. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So the wife and I didn't take my mom anywhere, but the wife and I and the two kids went to the local 218 to experience their brunch and bottomless mimosas, and it was excellent. We actually told a friend of ours who's on my son's baseball team to go there too, and they happened to be walking in at the same time. So
Nice.
sat next to each other, and it was excellent. Best eggs Benedict you'll ever eat.
Yeah, well, thank you to the sponsor, Local 218. Go check those guys out. I saw that he's got a new drink menu as well.
I don't know. I had a bottomless mimosa.
All right. It is that week, the wonderful time of the month that we call Don't Tell Scotty He Does the News.
FDA approves first orally administered fecal microbiota product for the prevention of recurrence of Clostridioides difficile infection.
Poop again.
So you're eating.
Yes.
We have established this in a previous episode. It is an oral treatment for getting the poops.
You take a poop pill.
You take the poop to get rid of the poop.
It has been approved. So follow up on a previous story. You can now get it.
I brought that up to my fiance, and she immediately, her eyes light up. So she's a vet tech and works in an animal hospital, and her eyes immediately lit up as soon as I started saying it. And she was just excited about the fact that anyone would talk about that you can do such a thing. And I said, "You're gross. You're gross."
Oh, you can take a poop pill. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I know what that is.
That's exciting.
Anytime that she's sitting on the couch and goes, "Oh, cool," I go, "Nope.
Don't show me.
Don't show me. It's guts, it's blood, it's poop every time."
Mm-hmm. And does she do the like bot flies?
Yeah, it's always bot flies.
Or zits. Just anything that's
zits
protruding from the skin, especially if it oozes out.
She loves pus and ooze, and it is bizarre.
And pills.
And Dave Badeaux.
Yep. Well, she got herself a lucky one. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, you ever get you get the zit inside the top of your ear that just hurts like hell? You can't tell her when you got something like that because, oh, cool, let me. And then she's in there trying to rip your
squirt it in her eye.
Yeah. That's a different exposure. But anyways, gross. Yeah.
Ask your doctor near you.
Yeah. We get why, right? It is to.
It introduces some whatever gut biome.
Yeah, it's like an inoculation essentially.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Or like an ejaculation.
If you work in a pharmacy, I feel sorry for you. You better get some cold storage.
Just hot pills. You're fucking...
It smells like shit in here.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department.
Speaking of which, our dad is a pharmacist, so
Yeah, we'll have to ask him about it.
good luck, George.
It says Voust is the name. VOWST.
Of course, it would sound German.
May carry a risk of transmitting infectious agents. It is also possible for Voust to contain food allergens.
You don't want a fish sandwich?
Can I get the shit without the peanuts? May contain nuts. Well, that's not surprising.
It's a bit nutty.
It's just a little back sack in my pill. Oh, gross.
Anyways, I just thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah, thank you for that.
It's now a thing.
Yeah, of course it is.
A passenger a couple weeks ago was arrested at a Boston airport with a vampire straw.
You are all weirdos.
That's what the
Does it help him suck The blood?
Yeah.
I think it's just a metal straw
Does it have-
with a pointy end.
But does it have 2 pointy ends?
Probably.
Can't have just 1 pointy end. That's like a mosquito straw. You gotta have 2, and it's a vampire.
Yeah, it's just that guy just got
So
arrested because he had a pointy metal straw.
well, yeah. I mean, you come in with a sharpened pen. Still in the airport, you're still going to get arrested for having the
Are
sharpened.
you going to get
pen.
arrested for having a pen, or are they just going to take your pen and say, "Hey, you can't have that"?
Well, that is also
What
true.
color is your skin?
Whoa. Ooh. Yee.
Beige.
In his case, white because he's a
That's
vampire.
beige. Yeah.
Pale.
Yeah, it's a metal drinking straw with a sharp pointed end that can be used to puncture someone's skin. A lot of things can be used to
Well,
puncture someone's skin.
Yeah.
pen could,
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a
Again.
pencil. Nobody's seen John Wick. Anyways,
Arrested though, huh? Interesting.
yeah, arrested.
Well, good luck to him.
Yeah, dude.
I guess. I got all these are pretty morbid. Okay, town forces argumentative parents to be umpires at Little League games.
Oh, nice.
Parents have been caught on camera yelling and fighting with game officials, and so they are going to force the parents to either can take off
Put up
or
or put up or
get in
shut
here.
up.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
And
Now keep-
you have to do 3 games, right? Or is this a different?
Oh, you
I
got to
read
do
about this
you got to
while
do
ago.
a whole trifecta. Huh?
Yeah.
So you can't just do the one little bit.
No, if you want to complain and bitch about the refs or the ump, get in there and umpire 3 games.
Yep. If a parent or another spectator fights with an umpire, they have to volunteer to officiate themselves for at least 3 upcoming games.
That's crazy. So, true story. My grandpa used to come and watch all of my baseball games and basketball games and stuff. And he was basically Walter Matthau from Bad News Bears.
Mhm.
And he would just sit down the third base line on the back of his truck and drink beer and yell at the refs the whole time. True freaking story. My older brother's basketball game one time, he was yelling at the ref so much that the ref said, "You want a ref?" and handed him the whistle. And my grandpa got out and started running the actually refereeing the basketball game. But the problem was the guy let him do it for a little bit and then hand the whistle back. Like that's one where once you've crossed that line and the guy's being a smartass and now is out there being the ref.
Yeah, as soon as he takes the whistle, like, no,
You
get out
take
of here.
off. You take off yourself. You just take off. And you go, "Oh, good for you. Here you go. It's on you now. You know, I'm going to get my $20.
Yeah, I still get paid.
Yeah, I'm getting my $20 and you do the flipping work. But when you take the whistle back, now you've lost all credibility. So true story though. That actually happened.
Unless you take the whistle back and say, "I've learned something today. Thank you."
What you should do is let him do all of that and then blow the whistle and just tee him up.
Yeah,
and kick
blow
him
the
out.
whistle at him, take the whistle back, blow it.
Yeah. 3 games though, huh?
3 games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a good rule. We're short on
I like it.
umps and refs in every
Yeah,
sport.
I like it.
Yeah, people are too comfortable being assholes.
Yeah, I'm a little bit in that camp. A little bit. I'm a loud cheer. We got the woo.
I'm a wooer,
The big
yeah.
woo. I give out the big woo. But every once in a while, I'll give the woo, the negative woo
Yeah,
to the
ooh,
ump.
ooh,
Woo, woo, woo. You give him a couple of woo.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
So,
Yee.
come on, Stripes.
You think you could accurately call balls and strikes?
Yeah, because I would just have a huge strike zone.
Yeah.
And actually, for me, the strike zone would get bigger the later the game went. Like these kids, beginning, will get these pitchers.
So nobody
dialed in.
knows. So they just have to constantly
No,
be
you just-
adjusting.
No, you let
it's
'em know.
eyeballs to shins,
Yep.
twice the width of the plate. If you can get
And
a
you
bat
let-
on it, it's a strike when you're a young.
When you're
baseball
young,
player.
yep. And you let them know too. Like as the kids are coming in, you let the coaches know. You let the kids know. Hey, strike zone's getting bigger.
The coaches always
going.
ask the umps before the game or tell the umps like, "Hey, as big as possible.
Yep,
Get the
let's
strike
go.
zone as
Make
big
'em
as
swing.
possible.
Make 'em swing.
Make
Let's
the
go."
kids swing.
Yeah. If it's in the dirt, maybe not. If it's up in the sky, no, maybe not.
If it hits the kid in the head, ball 1.
Well, as long as he doesn't swing. I've also always said nothing teaches a kid better than beating him with a baseball. That's the best way to teach him anything. Trying to learn
Anything
math,
at all.
arithmetic, whatever you got. You trying
Yeah.
to learn how to read, hitting you with a baseball.
Yeah, eat
Clear
your
your plates
eat
from the
your
table.
asparagus.
Beat 'em.
All right. Next.
I was not prepared for this week.
That's okay. At some point I've got a fun little thing that I came across as well, but we can do it at the end or whenever you're ready. So.
All right. It was a calm spring day when Canadian photographer Ken Pretty
Pretty good photographer.
spotted an interestingly shaped 30-foot iceberg off Newfoundland's east coast. As he flew his drone overhead, Pretty, who hails from the town of Dildo,
Oh, of course he did. Of course he did.
realized the hulk of ice bore a distinct resemblance to a characteristic part of the male human anatomy.
I refuse to accept that this is true now that you said he comes from Dildo. There's no way.
Noticed a large ice cock in the
Dildo man sees penis.
Penis, straight ahead.
Well, looking from the land, it wasn't quite clear, but once I got the drone out there, it was unreal how much it looked like, well, you know.
This has to be bullshit. His name is Pretty. He comes from Dildo. He saw an ice penis.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. It was fairly large as well. He found a
30 feet.
What are the end?
Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a penis.
That's an impressive penis.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Pretty's images of the phallic berg prompted an outpouring of hilarity on Facebook, where users speculated that the iceberg would probably soon drift past Dick's Cove, Newfoundland, or suggesting it could provide ice for the stiffest drink. God. Another asked, is that where baby icebergs come from?
Oh, yeah.
One woman dubbed it a Dickberg.
Yeah.
That name has definitely stuck. Somehow.
No.
Somehow.
No. Of all the things.
Damn newfies.
No, it did not.
Well, see you later.
And it does look like a penis.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't believe it's even true. There's too many other details on this. If it's just, hey, there's a dick floating in the ocean.
Or, hey, there's a place called Dildo.
Yes. Those two on their own, I'll be like, yes, sign us up. But floating Dickberg going by Dildo, found by a pretty good photographer.
Believed by many to be some of the cleanest water on the planet, icebergs are also harvested during the spring. So you can go harvest this thing.
Nice.
I did not know that icebergs are believed to have some of the cleanest water on the planet.
Yeah, I guess.
Sitting there thousands of years, untouched. Until Dickberg comes in.
Dickberg.
Dickberg.
Yeah, and it does look like a penis. That's amazing.
Also, apparently, there's a new thing of people drinking what's known as raw water. It's just water straight from streams and creeks.
Oh, yeah, that's
bad
bad
idea.
idea. Bad idea.
You're gonna need a pill for that.
If it's moving, you might be all right. Hey, actually, before you go on to the next one, so this is perfect timing. Speaking of dicks and water, it was the fishing opener this last weekend. Always right around Mother's Day. Is it always the weekend of Mother's Day?
Typically.
Okay. We live in the land of 10,000 lakes. We live in an area with 400 lakes within 30 miles. It's unbelievable. And so, social media starts popping up, and an old commercial from I believe the 60s came up for a little company called Johnson Boating. And I played it and I was like, that can't be real. Well, from what I'm seeing, it appears to be real. So I'm going to play it for you two gentlemen. This is Johnson Boating. This is a commercial, I believe from the 60s. And I'm going to play it for you guys here real quick.
You've got your sunrise, you caught a prize, you're making your Johnson. Party nights, summer whites, your friends and your Johnson. Rooster tails, water trails, your kids and your Johnson. Saturday nights, distant lights, your girl and your Johnson. You and your Johnson.
That's awesome. That's great.
You and your Johnson.
You, your girl, and your Johnson.
It starts off with you and your buddy, don't throw in the rooster tails in your kids. Let's get rid of that. But
What did they say? Then the second part where they're getting into the boat, because it sure sounded like he said something about your whites.
It is, but he's talking about like in the summertime you wear white clothing.
Okay,
you're boating. Whites.
Okay,
yes,
well,
you are
no, that was all white, all your whites into the boat.
Also, there is not a minority anywhere in this commercial, so you are correct.
I thought it was going a completely different direction. I'm going to open with that. I was like, oh God, what's happening?
And so anyways, that just popped up and I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Your
wife
whites,
and your Johnson.
your whites and their Johnsons.
Your girl and your Johnson.
Anyways, yeah. So I just threw that in there. It's perfect timing. All right, next.
Spain bans dwarf bullfighting.
Oh, hold on now. I'm not even going to ask it. That sounds like a great idea. Great idea.
To ban it?
Yes, to ban it. Moving on. Continue forward.
You want me to leave it at that?
Nope,
or?
I want you to keep reading the.
Okay.
And I'm going to be quiet.
Spain has banned the bullfighting of the dwarfs. These comedy shows want to entertain the audience during the bullfights. Bullfighters with dwarfism chase young bulls without killing them to make the spectators laugh. The law passed bans performances or recreational activities in which people with disabilities are used to arouse ridicule or derision from the public.
Okay.
Spain thus wants to ensure compliance with EU directives on discrimination against people with disabilities. Quote, these shows spread the idea that it's okay to make fun of differences, said Jesus Martin.
What if they want to?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
So now, because you have a disability, you are not able to perform if you so choose.
Yep. You cannot make people laugh.
Yep.
Because they might be laughing at you.
Depending on what it is that you're doing, you could potentially be crossing a line. There is a fine line there between you're trying to help and you're prohibiting.
And the only people who lost a job out of this deal are the dwarf bullfighters.
And some bulls. Interesting.
However, many of the artists involved replied that they felt respected and appreciated by the public and protested in front of Parliament.
Sure.
We are bullfighters. We are artists. No more bans. We don't want handouts, the company wrote on its Facebook page.
Yeah.
The company. Uh-oh.
It's just a small company.
Thought you said you were going to be quiet.
It's just one. It's just one. That's a little person joke.
So yeah, no more dwarfs fighting bulls.
Well,
I don't think we should call them dwarfs. That would be my first step. Even in your legislation, I would,
We call them artists.
little Spaniards.
Well, yeah. But I completely agree. Like that's a fine line. All right. Now, if it is in distaste.
Well, now, had the dwarfs been like, let's do this, now had the company been like, let's get a bunch of dwarfs. Let's just go find a bunch of dwarfs and put them out there.
Yeah.
But now they've got good jobs. They're entertaining millions.
I don't know about millions, but
bullfighting's kind of a big deal in
It
Spain.
is a really big deal, actually. It's a really big deal. Yeah. Bullfighting is bizarre. Running of the bulls.
I would ban bullfighting before I'd ban
right.
the fake dwarf bullfighting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you're taking the comedy and getting rid of it. You know, the
We're
parody.
only here to murder him.
We're removing the parody and sticking with the pageantry.
Yeah, we don't want to accidentally laugh at somebody else's expense. We're here to kill this bull.
viciously.
Yeah,
and
viciously.
slowly.
Yeah, very slowly by pinpricks, so just a prick at a time.
Not just that, but we're gonna pinprick it and make it run around with its weapons still attached to it, and then we will mercifully slit its throat.
Finally, we've achieved.
Yep, getting after the real problem. Good for them though for standing up for themselves and saying that they should be allowed to do such things. That was not a joke. I was being
close.
serious.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
That was pretty close.
That
I
was-
had the setup.
It had the setup on accident.
That was the Bill Burr on Conan talking about Oprah a bit. She stood on the heads of those little people. Have you seen that?
Oh, Bill Burr. All right, what else you got? Next.
Oh, let's see here. What do I have left that isn't about penises?
It's just
Everything's about penises.
your Bull, and your Johnson.
Man dies while trying to get a penis enlargement. Man
What?
tries to sell penis.
Well, yeah, we've bought and sold enough penises on this.
Sounds like he was
podcast.
trying to sell his own.
His own?
You and your Johnson.
That's two different stories.
Okay. Well, hold on. So, just super fast. I don't need all the details of the man that dies. Was he giving himself a penis enlargement?
Okay. Swedish man died after suffering complications during a penis enhancement surgery.
Okay.
30-year-old, relatively healthy patient wanted a penile elongation and girth enhancement surgery, which includes transferring fat from one area of the body and replacing it in the penis. Surgeons finished the elongation part of the procedure and were in the process of injecting the patient with transferred fat when the man started experiencing complications.
That's relatively healthy.
Yeah, a relatively healthy 30-year-old man.
Mentally weak, I will say that. Very mentally weak.
Yeah.
Loves sports cars.
Somebody should get him the book from Austin Powers, though. It's Swedish Penis Enlargers and Me. Okay, we can move on from that one.
He died from a pulmonary fat embolism when fat traveled from the bloodstream to his lungs and ruptured blood vessels.
Did the fat go up his...
Yeah.
No way.
So they must have tried to put it
No
in there, and it got in a
way.
blood vessel and found its way to his heart, and
Are
he had a heart
you-
attack and died.
Okay, that's actually crazy. Holy hell. Okay, all right. I was just going to make jokes about his fat dick, but it went into his heart. Wow.
Well, you knew he died.
Into his bloodstream.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know that it was because they were injecting fat into his dick and that went into his heart. That's crazy.
Well, it says he died getting a penis enhancement.
But I don't even know what that is.
They told us what that is.
Now I know. They take
Yeah.
fat from one part of your body and
Yeah.
pump it into your bloodstream.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, did he come or what?
All right, next.
Okay. Scientists in the U.S. state of New Mexico are giving dead birds a new life with an unconventional approach to wildlife research. A team at the New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology in Socorro is taking birds that have been preserved through taxidermy and converting them into drones to study flight.
I told you birds weren't real.
Oh, God.
I told you.
What about emus?
They don't fly. They're not a bird. Emus are real.
Okay. A mechanical engineering professor who is leading the project had found that artificial mechanical birds had not given the results he was looking for.
Oh, God.
We came up with this idea that we can use dead birds and make them into a drone. He said, everything is there. We do reverse engineering.
It's morphin' time!
I don't know how that's reverse engineering.
It's not. That's not
It's
reverse
creating a
engineering.
bionic bird.
Yeah,
That's just duct taping something
you're
to
putting
something.
propellers on anything.
Taxidermy bird.
If I open up a squirrel and put a MacBook inside of it, I didn't reverse engineer the squirrel or the
into a
MacBook.
Stuffed bird drones currently being tested in a purpose-built cage at the university can be used to better understand the formation and flight patterns of flocks that in turn can be applied to the aviation industry.
Put like a microchip and like some kind of RF chip on it, and then do the math that way on real birds.
But then you have to
That's just-
then you have to catch a bird. These ones are dead. You just go find.
So what we started with, ladies and gentlemen, is a large pane of glass, very clean, very pristine, and then we waited for birds to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
After they hit this pristine piece of glass and died, we then reverse engineered these birds.
and sold the plane of glass as art for $1 million.
Friggin' real. And this is at a university? Of course it is. Of course it's at a university. That's your government dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. They got a grant for that for sure.
I think somewhere it said that it was a PhD student at the university focuses his research on coloration and flight efficiency. If we learn how these birds manage energy between themselves, we can apply that into the future aviation industry to save more energy and save more fuel.
Okay,
so
I don't...
Apparently, it says we've done experiments and determined that our fixed wing aircraft, applying certain color can change the flight efficiency. And the same is true for birds, we believe.
Okay, I don't discredit the idea that, because fish do the same thing, right? When they're in the water like that. I don't discredit that there's something going on there, clearly. But
Yes.
but you duct taping birds to little tiny propellers and then spinning them up in the air is not in any way, shape, or form getting us to that information.
Right. It's like, try to figure out how they fly. Well, you're not.
Yeah.
That's a drone.
Yeah. I've seen the movie Twister. You just need to get close enough to the tornado and let the things go.
And a lot of pop cans.
Speaking of that, by the way, I watched some storm chasing videos on YouTube. There's this guy, Reed Timmer.
Okay.
I definitely recommend checking out his YouTube channel. He just recently had maybe the greatest intercept of a tornado ever. He's got this. It's called the Dominator 3, and I think it's a Subaru that they put like armor over so that they could drive in severe storms. And they get inside a tornado, and there's footage from inside the car and from outside the car, and they have a drone flying over, so you see this giant fucking tornado come and just overtake the vehicle.
The Dominator 3.
Dominator 3.
What happened to 1 and 2?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what happened to 1 and 2. They're up in a tree. Crazy. Well, this is a good time to tell people in our audience that if you drive a Subaru, you are the worst type of person in the world, and I dislike you all.
That's high praise.
Whenever there's a thing at council,
And with that,
whenever there's a thing at council that involves outrage, you know that it's happening because when you pull up to the parking lot, there's a bunch of goddamn Subarus every freaking time. It's always a bunch of Subarus, and they're always upset about something.
opinionated.
Opinionated in a sense where they're ballsack.
Always negative.
It's never positive. Yeah, the Subarus are here again. There's a plot for Cars 4. Just a bunch of Subarus annoying people. Anyways, if you drive a Subaru, I appreciate you. You're a great person. However, I guarantee you're outraged about something right now, and it's probably that I told you suck.
Probably because, you noticed the trends you're not supposed to notice.
All right, that's enough. Thank you, Scott. Let's put a little more pep next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 2 weeks in a row.
I thought we were doing the rewind this week.
Oh, no, that's next week. Actually,
Get
that's
some
not
more
even
elephants attacking funerals next time.
next week. Yeah, let's get a follow-up on some of that. Some of the elephant because he's now returned. Like, it was the one, then came back. Did they? I forget. Did they kill the elephant?
I think they killed him after the second attack.
Yeah, but if I know anything,
who he killed the first time.
Well, but here's the thing: if I know anything about things that are coming back to kill things a second time, this is a lot like Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees ain't gonna get stopped. You think killing Jason Voorhees is gonna stop him? You think killing?
It didn't. He dies every movie.
You think killing this elephant is gonna stop this elephant? Now there's just a ghost elephant. I don't know. I don't want to be dealing with any ghost elephants.
I just Googled Subaru people. And the first one was 10 things driving a Subaru says about you.
Okay.
I was surprised to find out that I had to go all the way to number 9 after it says things like, you love your car. Your backseat smells like dog. Number 9 is, you're a lesbian.
What? No. I will say that that's not true. I will say that that's not true.
I will say it is.
That is absolutely
I will say it is. 100%. 100%, dude. There's proof. We can back this up with evidence.
Well, I will say that there are 45 state park stickers on the back of your car. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's the all-wheel drive. That's what gets them going. All right, that's enough out of you. Thank you to the Boutros.
You are welcome.
Thank you to Kay. Thank you to Gabe Johnson.
Thank you, Dave.
I hope we don't have a bunch of Subaru listeners as listeners.
We do.
Well, and if they are,
I would like for anyone and everyone to
we
listen.
encourage lesbians to listen to the program.
Yeah, it's not like we said we hate lesbians. We said you drive Subarus.
Well, you do drive Subarus. You do drive Subarus. But they're not the ones coming and complaining. I'm trying in my head to picture all the people that come and complain. 47% lesbians. I'm mainly thinking about the white guy that keeps showing up to complain. Anyways, wow, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for everything that just happened. Again, coming up on the end of the month here.
Fourth one down. How Subarus came to be seen as cars for lesbians. This is Google.
It's from The Atlantic.
This is unbelievable. Anyways, again, we're coming up at the end of the month, so it won't be next week that we're doing the Be Kind Rewind. It will be the following episode. So next week, we'll do a game next week. We'll have a guest come in as well. And then the end of the month, again, we're going to have the Be Kind Rewind 1992. We've already had one suggestion online. That was for White Men Can't Jump. So that'll be a fun one to add in there. I've got a couple other fun ones as well. So if you're out there, shoot us some stuff and we'll try to throw it in there. Find something fun to do with all of that. And again, that will be in 2 weeks' time. Until then, we're done.
I think that's why we were laughing at the beginning. We were expecting an intro right out the gate.
We try that, but you guys are the worst.
You like pause, like, okay, we're doing the intro, and then you went straight into it.
That's because
did you not know what he was doing?
In my head, I said, you know what? Let's not do that because it never goes well. The intro.
Now we know what the intro is. Stay tuned to learn about Subaru.
Yes, we do.
You and your Johnson, a way of life for over 50 years.